What I don't like about how can I change it? There's been a lot of talk, what I'm hearing from a lot of people about common things, respect, growing up with children, things like that. Someone had my 2 cents to it. As the years go by, I can't help but notice the way society becomes. It kind of gives me pause. What can I do as an individual? I don't know. It's easy to get discouraged, though. Most of us of a certain age remember back in the day, and yes, I sound like my dad. I remember when we used to be able to go outside and play without worrying about being kidnapped or trapped or anything like that. We played until the street lights came on, and then we went to bed at a decent hour. And we weren't exposed to things that some of the kids are exposed to today that we don't need, like sexuality, for example. We played, like I said, till the street lights came on, went to bed at a decent hour. We grew up saying things like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir. That's just how we were raised. Well, most of us. That's how I was raised. I had a southern grin. But I was the first one born in New York, so. I think that this is just one man's opinion, but I think one of the biggest shifts that happened is when we took God out of the schools. Around 1980, they removed the Ten Commandments from classrooms, and I think that decision had a ripple effect that we're still dealing with today. It left a generation to try to figure out things on their own, try to figure out what's right, try to figure out what's wrong, all by themselves without any guidance. We lost that stability. Today we find adult books in school libraries, and as a result of that, kids are growing up without the same sense of accountability. Speaking of accountability, that's another big issue. There's a lack of responsibility, personal accountability, and more people looking for answers and such from someone else, like the government, parents. They're looking for someone to solve their issues. The entitlement mentality is even making things worse. People don't want to do things and do actions anymore. Nobody wants to take responsibility. About today's music. Kids are bombarded with messages about drugs and violence and promiscuity. Mainstream media isn't helping with slogans like, live for now, Pepsi. Or, sometimes you gotta break the rules. That's perfect. Nike, we're all hedonists. That's what makes us human. Speaking of Nike, just do it. These slogans promote instant gratification, something that none of us need, especially our kids. So how do we fix this? How do I fix this? I'm just one man. I can't change anything, but I can do my part. The biggest thing that I can do is just be an example of what a man should be, what a father should be. Just to be that living example. And through my actions, I can show that integrity and faith and responsibility still matter. I can't fix everything, but I'm committed to doing my part. One kid at a time. Thank you.